Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tanya from Little Vintage Cottage, and I also have an Etsy shop, if you weren't aware, and I sell vintage. So today I had to run out and ship an order, and so I stopped at a couple of thrift stores, and I thought I would share my thrift haul. And most of these things are things that I'll be listing in the shop, so I'm just going to go through, show you what I got. So, and these are fresh out of the bag. I haven't even cleaned them or anything. So first up, I have this set of two, they're plastic. They are, pretty sure they're Homeco brand. Yes, Homeco, probably from the 70s. And I just sold a set of these. They were smaller and they were also plastic, but they looked like wicker. They had a faux wicker look. These are just plain wood look. So got these, and I paid $3.99 for these. And then these are all from one thrift store. It's called Community Thrift. And I also got this little doll. I think she's so cute. It has a little baby with her. She is made from, it's like I'm gonna have to look it up. I'll try and put it on the screen here, what it's called, but it's almost like a paper mache, but it was using fabric, and you would drape it over like styrofoam forms or something like that. So I will look it up. I paid $2.99 for her. I think she's pretty cute. She's got a little burlap dress and a little rabbit fur. I got this little coyote figurine. It's wood. It's been painted with like a textured paint. It's very dirty. I may repaint it. I don't know. It's pretty cute. It's a Southwest theme. My home, when my daughter was probably 3 years old, I had decorated in the Southwest, and this is something that I would have had. So it was $1.99. And I got this little pottery planter. It's got little fish on it. I think fish are kind of popular right now. It was $2.99, but blue tags were half off today, so it's pretty cute. And I got this little clock. What do you call these? Cuckoo clock. Obviously, it's not a real cuckoo clock, but it has the little weights that the real cuckoo clocks would have had. And this one is just a battery. I need to, I'm sure, replace the battery. It's just one of those little like watch battery, the little flat round ones. Anyway, I thought it was pretty cute, and it was 99 cents. Pretty cute. And I got this. This is probably also Homeco, yes. This Homeco stuff right now is selling really well for me. So this is a towel holder, would go in the bathroom. I think actually it goes this way, and it's missing the little, I'll have to put a new hanger on it, and clean it up. It was $1.99 and also blue tag, so half off. So that's pretty good. I got this vintage mug. I thought it would be good for Father's Day. It's yellow on the inside. It's a nice size mug for coffee, $1.99. And a vintage 80s or 90s clutch. I have a couple of these vintage clutches in my, how do you open it? There we go. In my shop right now. This one is Pierre something. Man, I need to put my glasses on. Made in France. Pierre Charbonnier. Oh, made in Hong Kong. Styled in France. Here's the little tag. Anyway, it's pretty cute. Little plastic clasp. Little fake leather purse. Another mug. I love this one. Little pedestal footed mug. It was 99 cents. There are no chips or anything. It does have one, well, it looks like there might be a crack on the inside, or maybe it's just crazing. But it's got one flaw with the glaze where it dripped inside, but that's not a big deal. And then I got this cute little thing, $5.99. It's electric, an electric clock. I thought it was super cute. I had him tested in the store. He said he heard a noise, so hopefully it'll work. It needs to be cleaned real bad. But this is very cottagecore right now. I have a lot of cottagecore stuff in my shop and boho. So this fits right in. And then I also got a wig. It's for, I have a mannequin that I'm gonna be at some point styling some vintage clothes on to sell, and so I thought she would be cool with different wigs. Last time I was at this thrift store, they had two others. Either I missed this one or it wasn't out yet, but the other one was, there were two, and I think one was like a baby blue and one was like a baby pink. And this one is dark purple. If I was younger, I might wear this. But isn't that pretty? Nicely made, so I think that'll look really cool on her. All right, so I'm gonna pause the video because that's it for the first bag, and I have another bag of stuff that I'll show you, so hang on. Okay, oh, and the wig was $5.99 in case you were wondering. So this second bag is from Goodwill, and I have my scissors with me because you know Goodwill's big on taping everything, taping and bagging. So the first thing is in this bag, and I like to reuse these bags, so I try and just untie them, but sometimes they're like tied super tight, so. Okay, this is a bag. Oh man, a bag with a bag. Why, I don't know, but I'm just gonna cut it. So one of these I'll probably redonate because it's in bad shape. It's warped. It's not what I was buying the bag for. And I hate it when they do that, but I guess I get it, you know. Pack some cute things with the really ugly thing just to get rid of it, but they're gonna get this back, so. These are the things that I wanted because I think they'll sell. They say Rocky Mountain National Park. I'll probably take that off, but they're little octagon candles with dried flowers in them, and I think they'll be really pretty when they're taken out of this plastic and styled on a cute candle holder. So there's two of those. So these are, I guess they could be considered both boho or cottagecore, but I thought they were pretty. So this bag of stuff of candles was $3.99, and of course I'll be donating the big one back. And then I got 2 of these, and they were obviously put out by different people or on different days because they're different prices. One was $3.99 and one was $2.99. So I asked when I got up there if I could have them for $2.99 each, and so the lady said yes. So these are cute. Let me open one up. So they are bake, serve, and store. Let me just get my glasses. Okay. Sweet flowers, bake, serve, and store stoneware. Microwave, freezer, and dishwasher safe. Oven to table convenience. Copyright 1980, I think. So they are very dirty, kind of gross. You can see all the nastiness on there, but they're super cute little baking dishes, and I have 2 of those. So like I said, $2.99 each for those. And I got these 2 mugs, which they've started tying their mugs together, which I don't like because sometimes you can't tell, and then you go to grab one mug and the other one comes flying out. I'm always afraid I'm gonna break it. These were $1.99 for both, and they don't have any maker's mark or anything, but they're very 1970s boho looking to me, and so I think they will sell. They're in nice condition. Don't look like they've really been used much. And then I got this little pottery vessel for $1.99. I've been making little small match holders. So, and then you put a little striker. You can buy match striker pads on Amazon. You can buy a whole sheet of them, or you can buy them already cut into shapes, or you can buy a sheet that you can cut yourself with like your little shaped craft punches, you know, like hearts or circles. So I will put a link to those down below if you're interested in getting those. But I just like how organic this looks. It's so cute. I like the little ruffled edge and the little stain drips that go down. Cute. It'll be cute with little matches in it next to those candles. And then I got this stuff, which I'm pretty excited about. It was $4.99 for the 3 items that they have taped together. And there's a cute little, I don't know, do you call this Wedgwood? It says made for royal something, Holland. Oh, Delft. So, aren't they cute? Cute little couple. And here's the label on the back. So that, and then there were 2 tiles, which these can be used for decor. They could be hung on the wall or put on an open shelf, or used for, you know, hot plates. These say Delfts, handmade in Holland. And so there's this one with the little couple in the boat. You can see my ring light in the reflection. It's really rainy and dreary here, so I needed my ring light so it's not too dark. And then there's this one. I like this one. She's feeding the geese, and he's standing there smoking a pipe. And so they both have the little stamp on the back. So like I said, that set of 3 things was $4.99. Which I'm not sure yet. I haven't done any research to see what I'm going to list these things for. So I'll have to check that out. And then I got this cute little framed farmhouse. I do have a little bit of farmhouse, which could also be considered cottagecore. And if you notice, they're in the middle of them, it almost looks like they're rubbed off. I think I moved the glass around and the little spot moves. So I think if I just take this off and wash the glass, the problem is somebody did a really cute vintage wallpaper on the back, so that kind of sucks. But I have some vintage wallpaper, so I'll probably redo that. But I think that's really cute, like a little silhouette thing. It was $2.99. And then I got this. This is a Target thing. So our Goodwills, I don't know about where you live, but our Goodwills, we have 3 of them where I'm at. And they buy pallets of stuff from Target. And I don't know, I was all right with it at first, but it feels like they're getting carried away with it. Like they have it scattered out around the store, but if you were to put it all in one aisle, the Target stuff would take up an entire aisle. And most of it is the cheaper dollar store, or not dollar store, the cheaper dollar spot from Target stuff. But anyway, I got this because I like how it's long and gauzy looking, and I want to use this on a project that I'm going to be doing. In fact, before I end the video, I have a few more things that I got like last weekend, and I will grab them and show you, and I can show you what I'm planning on using this for. So that was $1.99. And then I got this. Now, save your judgment, because it's kind of ugly, at least I think how it is, all silver. But it was $6.99. I think it'll be cool painted gold and then use some rub and buff on it to make it look like brass almost. It'd be a cool wall hanging in an eclectic boho home, don't you think? Are you with me? Okay. Few more things, 2 more things actually. I got this set of 5 plates, vintage plates. They were $6.99. I'll take them apart here. I just hate it. I understand why they do it, so that that stuff stays together, the sets of things stay together, but I just hate it because this tape leaves a residue and you can't see if all the plates are still, you know, good, not chipped and all that. So, and I don't know if you shop at Goodwill, but they've also started doing this thing, or maybe they've been doing it for a while. I don't know. I just noticed a while back, but they have the price on things, you know, so like $6.99, and then somewhere on the actual item, they will use a Sharpie and they'll write a 6, and that's for if someone removes the price tag, they still know that it's $6.99 because it has a 6 and a big permanent marker on it. I hate that. I mean, usually you can get permanent marker off of stuff like this. But, and let me see if they even did it on this one. They didn't do it on this, so I don't know why. Whatever. Their reasoning sometimes is weird. But anyway, it's this set of cool vintage dishes. These are Mikasa Some of the labels are not looking too hot on the back. So far, they're all looking to be in good shape. Mikasa Majorca, oven to table to dishwasher, made in Japan. I thought they were cool. And so $6.99 for a set of 5. And then the last thing from this bag is this sexy little number. I think ruffles are really popular right now. And so the little ruffly sleeves caught my eye. I think it was supposed to be like a nightie, but I think this would be cute just worn with a pair of jeans and a t-shirt. Super cute. So this was $3.99. It doesn't have, oh, here we go. It's a size medium. It's probably maybe early 2000s, which on Etsy, where I sell anything that is 20 years or older, is considered vintage. So I'll have to look this up and see if I can find it anywhere. But so that's cute. All right, so I'm going to pause. I'll grab the few other random things that I have. I totally forgot a couple of other things from today. So these items are from the first community thrift, first bag. Excuse me. And again, these were different prices. I don't know why, but aren't those pretty? So one was marked $12.99 and one was marked $14.99, and he did them both for $12.99. So I think I'll be able to resell these for quite a bit, but I haven't done my research yet. So, but I thought those were really pretty. So I got those, and then from Goodwill, I also bought this, which I was super excited about because the little mushrooms, until I saw that the back is like peeling off. But I peeled a little bit back here, and I think that the mushrooms will stay once I peel the back off. So I could either put some different, I don't know if you can see how the mushrooms are staying on. So I'll have to, and the feet are missing, so I'll have to remove the back and either leave it just plain glass or put a new back on it and put some new feet on it. So it was only $1.99, which is why I went for it. So I got that. I did get something to keep for myself. It's this big giant planter plant saucer, and I have a big giant plant and I need a saucer for it. Right now it's sitting in a styrofoam lid. It's not very attractive, so this was $3.99. It's green tag, and this is from the community thrift, and no, the green tag wasn't. It was blue and red. Blue was half off and red tags were 25% off. So this one I paid full price. That's all right. Keeping that. Okay, I got these. So the community thrift that I went to today is in one town, and then yesterday my boyfriend and I went to the community thrift in my town that I live in. We live in, it's called Tri-Cities. It's in Washington State, and there are 3 little cities all bunched together, obviously by the name Tri-Cities, which actually there's 4 because there's another one that came along later, but it's still, anyway, Tri-Cities. So I bought these 3 Reader's Digest books for the covers because I think in the fall these will be really pretty fall colors. I'll sell them as a group probably. But they were also marked. One was $1.99, one was $2.99, and one was $3.99. So I asked, "Can I have them all for $1.99?" And he said yes. So that's good. Which you know, I think it's just different people putting it out or different days probably, and so when it's the exact same item, they're not probably going to be difficult about it. So I got those, and then I got one of these for 99 cents. It's one of those Lazy Susan trays, and I think I'll collect up a few of these in different colors and then offer them in the shop, you know, or people can come in and pick which one they want. I've been doing a lot of research and a lot of work on my Etsy shop lately, and there's a fly in here, and things that I've read that you can do in your vintage Etsy shop is have multiples. Well, any Etsy shop really, but vintage is when Etsy first started, it was vintage, handmade, and supplies only, and it's still that, but now you can do your handmade can also be things like print on demand, which means you design something, you design like an image, and then you can have it printed by someone else, like on t-shirts or bags or whatever. And so in your Etsy shop, then people will come and buy. You take that order that you got and you send it off to your partner who's going to ship or who's going to print it and ship it for you. I think is how it works. And then there's digital products, which is I don't think I have it listed right now, but I had one digital product. It was one of my ebooks about how to paint furniture and stuff listed, but it's just that it's digital. The customer would print it out or save it to their computer or whatever. And then you've got supplies, you've got vintage. And so I'm trying to make this a short story instead of a long story, so you can skip this part if you want. But when you have any shop on Etsy, they want you to have multiples of items. So they want you to have, so like print on demand, it could be endless. Oh, I just sold something. Yay! I saw the little cha-ching come up. Anyway, so you can have they want you to have multiples. So with like print on demand or digital, you could have 1,000 listed, you know, because you're not going to easily run out. And with handmade, it might be a little harder because you're actually making these things yourself. So maybe you'd have 10 in stock or whatever, or you make them to order. But with vintage, I mean, it's usually one-off items, you know, like all of these things that I got, except for like the little crock things where I got 2, and the pictures where I got 2. Most of the things I find it's 1. And so I only have 1 item for each thing, and Etsy doesn't like that. So what I've learned is that when possible, group similar things together. So my plan, all back to the tray, long story longer. My plan is to collect, because I see these a lot, so collect, you know, like 6 or 7 or 8 or 10 or whatever of these, and have them as one listing where I can have 10 available. So that looks better in Etsy's eyes, which I don't really think is fair, but whatever. And then the other thing that they say is, so like those, okay, well, let's say, I put everything away, but let's say the 2 candles. I have 2 in stock, they both sell, and now I'm out. And so the next time I get a candle, any candle, I can reuse that listing, and it keeps the history. It keeps the sales history. They don't care that it's a different item, because as long as I use it for another candle. See what I'm saying? I hope I'm making sense. So anyway, I've been learning some things in my Etsy shop. So that is my plan for this, collect several, which I do that whenever I can. And then I reuse listings whenever I can. Okay, back to the haul. Sorry. I bought this Susan Branch book, and I was on my blog. I had to skip it this month, but there's a blog every other month. I get together usually with a group of other blogging friends, and we do makeover projects, like thrift store makeover projects. And one of the ladies in this month's project has had these Susan Branch calendars, which I've seen this stuff before, but I don't know. I just, sometimes when you see where somebody else has done something with something and then you see it in a whole new light, that's what it is for me. So I saw this book, and I thought, well, the Susan Branch artwork is so pretty. Like, why couldn't I frame some of these and see if they would sell? Because I don't think this is a vintage book. Let's see what the date is. Maybe I could sell it as a vintage book, but I could. Don't freak out on me about ripping up a book. Let me finish. 2017, so I could sell the whole book as a vintage book, which I might try. But you could frame these pictures, and if you didn't want to tear up the book, you could copy them. But they're just really pretty, and they've got little sayings. Like this one with the butterfly says, "One must have sunshine, freedom, and a little flower." And then it has the author Hans Christian Andersen. And I just think that's so pretty, and that would be really pretty framed. So that was my intent when I bought this book, but now that I see that it's vintage itself, maybe I'll just try and sell it. We'll see. This could be considered cottagecore, I think. Anyway, so I got that. It was $1.99. And no, it's not on sale. I keep thinking green tags were on sale. Okay, and then a while back, I got these 4 little jelly jar glasses. I don't know, some of you may remember you used to buy jelly and they had the little metal top that just kind of popped on. And then when you were done, you had a cute little glass. And these used to sell really well for me. I haven't tried them for a long time, but I got a set of 4 and they were 49 cents each. So I thought I'd give it a shot again. I got this cute little, I think it's probably a candle, like for a big fat pillar candle, little wire basket with the hearts. It was $1.49. And then I got this little cutie, 49 cents. He's got a little hook up here so you can hang him, and he's got a little spot in the back for either incense or a candle. Isn't he cute? I thought he was so cute. I got this little glass squirrel, which he's, little glass squirrel. He's very dirty inside, but I thought I would turn him into a match holder. I put the little, what do you call it? The pad, the striker pad on the bottom. This was $1.49, also from the community thrift. I thought he was cute. And a vintage ashtray. This one's from Goodwill, $4.99. Vintage ashtrays are really cool. If you are very boho, maybe you like to burn incense, and so you can put your incense in here. Maybe you like to burn the sage, little bundles of sage. You could put that in here when you're not burning it, and then have a cute little vessel of matchsticks next to it. Cute. The bigger ones like this work well. They look nice as plant saucers for a smaller plant. You could use them as a jewelry holder. There's just all kinds of stuff in the kitchen for your pot scrubber. All kinds of things you can do with that. $4.99 from Goodwill for that. I got this tray, $1.99 from the community thrift. It is a Hallmark, and I got this because, well, for one, it's cottagecore, and 2, yeah, it says Hallmark something. I had a tray. It was a metal tray very similar to this in my shop. It was Avon and it sold right away. And so I'm going to reuse that listing like I was just talking about. And I'm going to put this one in because it's also a metal tray. It's just Hallmark. So I think that will sell. I got this book at Goodwill, $4.99. I think that the day I got this, green tags were half off. But this seems like an odd thing, you might think, but actually, let me show you the inside. This is called the Field Guide to Goblins, the Goblin Companion. And it's all about goblins. It's got cute artwork in it, drawings and stuff. And I had a book a while back that was gnomes. It was very similar to this. It was laid out the same way. I'm trying to find some of the cute pictures where they talked about different kinds of gnomes and stuff and their origin and where you would find them and their rituals and all those fun things. And so this is similar in that format, but it talks about goblins. Well, it's a Barnes & Noble book. 1986, so it is also vintage. Anyway, it's all about goblins. You may have gathered it's all about goblins. Oh, that was cool. Ooh. Enough about that. So got that, and I got this vintage hat box. Either that or it used to have a hairdryer in it. I'm not sure. That's what it reminds me of, is those boxes that you used to see that had the ladies' hairdryer in them. But it snaps. It's a little difficult to get snapped, but it's just because the bottom part wants to bend in when you're trying to snap it. There. I'll have to clean it up a little bit, but that's pretty cute. And then I got a roll of vintage contact paper in brown and white gingham, very cottagecore. I have a listing right now that has 2 different options for contact paper in it, and so I'll add this one to it so people can choose which one they want. I got this little swan propagation thing. Thought it was really pretty. $1.99. I'm always surprised when these delicate things like this survive the thrift store experience, because you know how it is when people donate. And then this was at Community Thrift. I think they might be a little more gentle with things than Goodwill is, but you know, these things get thrown into big tubs while they sort through them and stuff. So I'm always surprised when something like that survives. These are from Goodwill. Of course, they're taped. $4.99. I'll have to leave the price. Sorry, I've been recording the price that I've paid so I can take that out of my profit that I make. But anyway, these are plastic. They might be Homeco. No, Burwood. Anyway, I would kind of call these brutalist style. You know, it looks like it has a hammered finish, and then the really chunky, scrolly things. So, like I said, the Homeco, the plastic decor, stuff like that sells really well for me. I got this little silhouette, which I'm not sure. I hope I can get that off. I don't know. I need to take it apart and see. It was $2.99 from Goodwill. I probably won't be able to get that off because it's on the paper, but maybe it'll still sell anyway. I don't know how people are when they collect stuff like that. This is what I bought this for. Remember this bow? So I got this candle holder at Community Thrift. Oops, it's upside down. I must have already taken the price off. It wouldn't have been much. $1.99, $2.99 maybe. Not very cute, I don't think, how it is. But my plan is to make it look like there's an Anthropologie brand called Terrain, and they have all kinds of garden decor and flowery home decor, and they make iron candle or iron flower candle holders, and so I'm going to try and make this look like that Anthropologie one. I'll put one up, a picture of one up right here. I also on my blog I made some daffodils, metal daffodils, that are just like some that Anthropologie Terrain on Anthropologie had. I don't know if they still have them, but anyway, I used pop cans to make mine, and so I'll put a link to that blog post down below. But so I'm gonna try and make this look like the Terrain one, and then I thought it would be really pretty just to add the bow on it somewhere. We'll see. I don't know. I may not end up using this, but I'll use it on something because I just like the way it looks. Okay, so that's my project. 3 more things. I got this. 4 more things. This big thing at Goodwill. It was $14.99. It's a plant holder, but you know, it would be really cool if you could make it into a light. So you could put a pendant thing in there maybe. I don't know, I'll have to consider that. Back up far enough. Anyway, it's cool. And then I got a little hand towel for our motorhome. These are the colors, one of the colors that I have in our motorhome. Oh, I got 2. I forgot about this. These are from Target. This is the Opal House brand. So these are for the motorhome. They were, where's the price? $1.99. Yep, $1.99 each. That's pretty good for a hand towel. And then this was out of the garbage at a thrift store where my daughter lives. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just dirty. This thrift store considers themselves a boutique. They're supposed to be a benefit store for hospice. They throw away probably about half of their donations that they get. They throw away antiques, they throw away vintage, they throw away brand new clothes. I just don't understand it. It really upsets me. They don't even try lowering the price first. They put it in their store at, like this basket, they probably had this marked at like $15 or something. And then when it doesn't sell, they just throw it away instead of marking it down. I don't understand. But anyway, so I'm going to clean that up, and I think that will sell. And then I got this. This is also for our motorhome. We have a project coming up in the living room, and so this will be one of the side tables. And well, it's vintage. So if it doesn't work out in the motorhome, I can sell it. But I think it's super cute. One of those little sea tables. So that's what I got recently. So I will put a link to my shop down below. If you've never visited before, I would love it if you would check it out and see what you think. Give a couple things a heart while you're in there. It would really help me. If you have been to my shop before but haven't been for a while, check it out. I don't know if these things will be listed by the time you see this video. So let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video. I haven't done one of these before. I did one time on my Facebook page. It was a live where I went live and showed my treasures, but I haven't done one since, and I don't think I've done any of these, but I thought I might start doing this if you guys are interested. I used to do a post on my blog called Treasure Trove Tuesday where I would show everything in photograph blog post form, and that was one of my most popular posts, and I stopped doing that. And so a lot of people said they really missed that post. So this is the new form of that. So I won't be sharing these on my blog. So hopefully you like it. Let me know, and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time.